Hello, Dr. Tawana Worlds by birth, also known as a disruptor. Did you know that millions who grow up in poverty also die in poverty? Have you ever heard the saying, what good can come out of the hood? Well, I'm here to disrupt for just a minute. Yes, I was that little girl that grew up in the hood, grew up in the ghetto, single mother, absent father, eating out of the trash can just to survive. But I was also that girl that determined way back then that I was not going to become a product of my past. And now I help others do the same thing. I'm not a victim, I'm a victor. I help men and women from similar backgrounds find value in their own vault and create wealth from within. Hey, what's going on, y'all? What is going on? Y'all give me just a quick moment. And while I'm doing that, let me know who's tapping in and how y'all doing. My TransUnion report came back and everything was deleted from my report. Can y'all clap it up? Yes. I'm ringing the bell for you. I'm ringing the bell for you. I love to see that. I love to see that. I am so happy to hear that. That is absolutely phenomenal. And congratulations to you, Roll Tide. Congratulations to you, my brother. Anybody else got any praise reports? Anybody? I love to hear praise reports. How y'all doing? Is y'all doing good? Okay. I'm almost done. What's going on, Samina? I see you. I had to put that testimonial up there. Let people know. That is wonderful. And I celebrate you, my brother. Trying to make sure I got everything, because I am going to be short, sweet, and straight to the beat. All right, almost done. Almost done. All right. All right, we're good to go over there. Let me go ahead and get started over here. These people forever doing stuff, messing around with stuff. All right, that one's good to go. All right, y'all. Give me one more second to turn this down. All right, y'all. I'm ready to go. I hope all is well with everybody. I hope everybody is doing great. Um, I thank God to be here another day. It has been a very tumultuous. Um, this is always. I try to watch what I say because God is in control, and every day that He allows us to be alive is a blessing. But April is just. I'm learning how to work my way through this. That's what I'll say. And this time, it was pretty bad. It was pretty intense. But I really bless God for allowing me to be in the land of the living, not tapped out. This journey ain't for the weak. It's not for the weak, but it is worth it. It really is worth it. Um, One of the reasons why I'm here, and I'm gonna be really brief and quick with this, I'll actually reserve a live for this separately. Um, I had shared with you guys, I believe, a couple weeks ago that I had something that I had uncovered and exposed, but I needed to wait till I was back home, and I needed to wait till it was time. Okay, I'm a woman that's led by the Spirit, so I always got to do things decently and in order. And today was the day that I was able to go ahead and release what I had uncovered. Okay. Let me get started over here on Instagram. I'm so sorry. I just came in rambling. Welcome to everybody. Hello to everybody. If you are here for the first time, what's going on? Okay. And if you are returning, um, family members, then y'all already know what's up. Much love to y'all. Thank you for driving by and hanging out with me for a quick moment. Kindly ask that you would share this with whoever, wherever, however. Help me beat the algorithm for one, and then help me reach who I'm supposed to reach for two. Something that I say here on tonight may not be for you. It may absolutely be for you. But if it's not for you, it may be for somebody that you know. And it's absolutely free. It doesn't cost anything, it doesn't take much time. And that's the admission for your entry over here. Okay. On this live, it's just simple like, share, subscribe, comment, engagement, etc. Okay. Let me go ahead and welcome my cousins over here. What is going on, Instagram family? It is your girl, Dr. Tawana Worlds, coming by real quick and real brief. Um, you guys already know what it is. I hope all is well with all of my cousins, all of my family members over here on Instagram. If you don't mind, when you come in, go ahead and hit that share to your story, share to the DM, go ahead and share it to your wall, share it to your post. Tag, invite, and engage. That is the cost of admission over here. With that being said, I ain't gonna hold y'all long at all. I was getting ready to say before I actually hit the live button over here on Instagram, because I've been talking to my cousins on YouTube and Facebook already. A couple of weeks ago, I said it here and I said it over here that I had exposed something. I had came upon something, um, and I was going to wait till the divine time to release it. And today was the day that I released it. Um, some of you guys know, some of you don't know. I was in California for a month taking care of family matters, and of course, both of my sons are buried out in California, and like the whole month has just been rough. Um, all last month was rough because now I was faced again with the reality that my boys are dead. Cemetery, graveyard is not a place that I like to go to. I know that my children's spirits are not there whatsoever. Nevertheless, it's easier said than done. That's what I'll say, because when I was on the other side, I'll be like, yeah, I ain't fooling around at them graveyards. I don't know what people go there for, until I was put in that situation. And then when I was put in a situation, naturally, humanly, instinctively, motherly, you know that that is the last place of the child or the loved one that you gave life to. And to go there and just bypass it weighs on your mental real, real bad. And so hopefully y'all understand what I'm saying when I say that. I can go in that city and act like they not there, ride by, go all around the town, and then suddenly I'm hit with a sobering reminder that you're here to see the rest of your kids and your loved ones. It's just weird to explain, okay? And I don't owe anybody no explanation. It's just my walk, my walk with God, and from time to time, I will go out there to just make sure that they spot or whatever is cleaned off, um, that it's being properly manicured, etc. I go out there this time, and on the first day that I went out there, I noticed that I could not even find my son's memorial, his resting place. One of my sons have a headstone that his father put there. I didn't put that there. I'm not ready to put a headstone there. Um, like I said, it's my walk, it's my journey, and I have to do this, day by day, step by step. This is my new normal. I don't know how to live without my kids, but God is teaching me. And we walking this thing out, and I have to do whatever is beneficial and best for me through this unexpected, very grievous process. And so I was not ready to put a tombstone out there on either one of my children's um, burial site. I just was not. It just burying them was enough. Actually, burying them was too much. And so one of my sons don't have a headstone. I actually have like a grave blanket that um, I'm gonna put out there. But again, I don't like going to the place, so um, that's kind of been a delay. And then it just makes it a whole lot realer. Not to say that it's not real, but it just I don't know how to explain it. I really don't. If you ain't ever gone through it, you wouldn't understand. So we couldn't find his site, and that traumatized me so bad. It felt like having a child in a big mall and you lose your child and you don't know where your child is at. It was very traumatic for me. My husband was out there pulling up grass and picking grass, and he was panicking because I'm freaking out. Literally, like, how could that happen? Now, he does have a stone there, but he doesn't have that high headstone. And so he's out there picking grass, and it just bothered me that we paid so much money. We we not only paid a lot of money to bury both of them. We were rushed in our final moments. I mean, it's just a traumatic experience. Even dealing with the funeral home and the cemetery, the whole entire experience was very traumatic. And so and I'm sharing this for a reason because that's why I'm here on tonight. And so I was just like, this is crazy. We paid a lot of money to have our boys buried here for you guys not to even care about the ones that don't have tombstones. I mean, the headstones. Some of them just have the flat, like, I don't know what you call it. It's a flat headstone with just the name and the image. Grass and grew over everybody else's. I mean, if it's not done a certain way, grass is over these flat surface headstones. And so I was bothered by that. Um, it was very traumatic. Like I said, I left. The reason why I went back 3 days later is because it was like I gotta come out here and put something around so we know where he's at moving forward. And on the first day that we were there, we noticed a freshly dug grave, like a couple of spots over. Didn't pay too much attention. Just like, dang, somebody else didn't bury their loved one out here. But when we went back 3 days later, that same dirt was right there. And me going through the whole funeral process, when we go to the cemetery and after they conclude the services, they lower the casket into the dirt. So the dirt is supposed to be put on top of the casket, after the family leaves, quote unquote. They lower the bodies down into the dirt, and then the dirt is supposed to be thrown over. Maybe they don't do it, while the family is there because it's so traumatic. Who knows? But that's probably what people are thinking. So when I go back 3 days later and I see the dirt is still dug to the side, the flowers from the service is still on the right side. I don't like seeing nothing dead. I don't like seeing no bone. I don't like seeing any of that. But my spirit told me, you need to go look in there. It had been raining. So whatever dirt y'all dug and you lowered the casket in there, they're probably wet. So I went over to investigate. And when I tell y'all, it probably was, I'm not going to say probably, I know it was spirit led, but it was horrifying to not see no casket and nobody in there. Not a box, not a plastic liner, not anything. And all I could think about was, is my children's body under that dirt? Because we started to notice how these grave sites that they dig are 6 feet long, okay, and 6 feet wide. It take a lot of people to carry it. It's so heavy, especially with an embalmed body inside of it. So we out there, and I got video of this. I took video footage of this, but we're out there, and we're realizing that there's a headstone, flat R standing up here, and then right here, there's another one. It ain't 6 feet long. So it's like, how can that casket fit in this little bitty space? And then you got another headstone right here, literally 4 or 5 feet from the next grave. I mean, and then they like lined up side by side like this. So it's like, how is y'all putting these caskets? All these people that have passed away, they do not create new cemeteries. But you got hundreds of thousands of people who then died over the years, all being buried in this one cemetery. And when I saw that there was nobody in there, no casket, no nothing in there, after the service had concluded, after y'all wheeled the casket into the ground, there was no casket and there was no body inside of that space. And it really bothered me. And then somebody sent me something where there have been several people. There's one melanated man who said something about it last year and said there's no bodies and no caskets. Y'all better check. Y'all better stay out there. I think his name is Ramel or something like that. The man got locked up for exposing that type of information last year, and ain't nobody heard from him since then. And then there's a Caucasian brother who he's a grave digger, and talked about him being out there lifting up a casket that was light, super light. And he asked, why is this casket so light? And the man told him, don't ask questions you ain't ready for, the answers. So he shared, like, what's What is going on, y'all? He was very disturbed by the answer response that he got. And this has been as of recent. There was a viral video that went viral where this young man out in Texas, out here, went to go check on his mama because her service was the following day. Make sure the final touches, she was looking good because they had some issues during the week with her looking hot, her lips being like dark black, bluish color. So him and his sister roll up there only to find 18 bodies stuffed in a back room. People that were supposed to be cremated months ago were still in there, tissue stuffed in their nose. Have y'all seen that video? Let me know. Y'all let me know if y'all seen it. So I said all of this to say this. This is probably one of the most difficult. I mean, sometimes I just be like, God, I don't even understand it. I don't understand. I don't understand why me, but I also understand why not me. God, you know if there is any type of injustices being done, that I'm going to stand against it, that I'm going to raise my voice, make some noise, be an agent of change. And maybe that's why you assign me to this task. I know it hurts like hell. I know that. But I am the woman for the job, and I will never sit down on my bottom and passively allow anybody on my watch. And I don't care from the top to the bottom, from the White House to the crack house. If there is an injustice being done or being committed, I'm definitely going to make some noise about it. So I'm going to have both of my sons exhumed, dug up, because I want to know if their bodies is in there. And after what I saw, I'm not 100% certain. It's like my spirit is leading me to do this. And with fear and trembling, because I don't ever want to see what I saw the last time I saw them. But if this is something that needs to be exposed, then so be it. And it costs money to have them exhumed. Probably the equivalent to burying them. It costs, especially in a different state. If they bones is there, then so be it. But I gotta know, because I will not have no peace without knowing if my children's bodies have been buried. I went out there and physically seen it with my own eyes. I'm not talking about something that I heard. I'm talking about something that I saw. Nobody, no casket. Days later, I got there and that dirt was still there for 3 days, but who knows how long that was actually there. When we walked up on the flowers, they were about 3 or 4 days old. Those flowers take about a week or two to die, literally. But I saw it with my own eyes. And it was traumatizing. It's traumatizing for me because the boy who just passed away yesterday, my first son, it was a date that he passed away, April 18th. And with that child, when I was able to see his body, my baby didn't have no teeth in his mouth. His mouth was stuffed with newspaper. They had cut up his skull from side to side, laterally, and he had newspaper stuffed up there. Right before my children's faces, our faces, he was melting. And the only excuse they could give us was, we just got the body. And this is the way that we got him, because they had to fly him from Alabama um, to California. It was not even 10 minutes after we found out that he was dead. They were bombarding the phone. Do you want to help save a life with his organs? Do you want to? And my husband had to tell them, donating organs is the last thing from our mind. Our world has been turned upside down. We just dropped this kid off at school this morning. And now this afternoon, you telling us that he dead. Like this is forever. How dare you be so disrespectful to even call and ask, do we want to donate his organs? No, we want to process what the hell we just heard. Because we don't know what to do. And we hung up on them because we were very offended. They called back 15 minutes later and say, well, we know this is a really trying time, but we have a timeline, on getting organs to save people's lives. They only have a certain amount of time to be in the body. Who cares? We just told you 15 minutes prior. And if the time has already expired, then why are you calling our phone back? Only to get him, and they had to perform an autopsy on him. Yes, they did. They did not have to cut his head open. There was no injury to his head whatsoever. He died from heart attacks. From medication that he was taking, that the school forced me to give to him so he can get an education. And this system is responsible. The school system for my 15-year-old that dropped dead playing basketball like any other normal kid, okay? Any other normal teen. Y'all forced it. California is something. Your kids ain't in school, you going to jail for truancy. If they get there and they ain't sitting down like Mike and Joe and Billy, then they want them on medication. If you do not put them on medication so they can be in school to collect that money, then CPS will come and confiscate their kids, not yours. They kids. Birth certificate, give them the legal right, okay? You just the informant. That's on the birth certificate. The mother is not the mother. The mother is the informant. Things that you learn after the fact. But it was a system who killed my first child. And then my second child was poisoned to death after getting into a very devastating car accident and asking somebody for something for pain so he could sleep until he can catch a flight to me the next morning, not knowing that this person was addicted to pain pills. Had an accident, but that's how a lot of them get addicted. I knew nothing about fentanyl until it killed my son. You go to the hospital, hurt your back, get in a car accident, break a bone, playing volleyball, young kids. And they prescribe them pain medication. And then in the beginning, they just popping them because they're in so much pain. Like, oh yeah, take them every 6 hours, okay? But to keep up, I know, I'm in nursing. Instead of waiting till the 6-hour time limit come, it's safe to take them in between 4 to 5 hours. Okay, so now they get an addiction. It don't take long to get no addiction to painkillers. And then when they didn't took up all their pain medicine, they called the doctor's office and say, "Hey, I need some more. I ran out." They said, "Well, we know. We gave you enough supply for 14 days and you're only at day 10." So they make you wait those 4 days. Next month you run out early too. And they say, "No, well, we've noticed in a pattern that you're running out early. We're not going to prescribe you more. You have to wait, and then we want you to come in and make sure." And then they go in, "Oh yeah, I'm still in pain." They can not even be in as much pain, but now they have an addiction. And then when the doctor don't give them the prescription, they seek other means outside. "Hey, can I buy a Percocet? Hey, can I buy a Xanny?" Hey, these are all pain pills prescribed by Big Pharma. And the people on the streets is making generic. You can go on Amazon. They sell pill makers and all of this stuff. I did not know none of this stuff until my children passed away. Okay? Because pain will teach you, what ignorance won't let you learn. So this system, how did fentanyl get here? It is not created or made here. It's created and made in China. They sell that to the cartels. The cartels bring it into the communities so that they can distribute it one amongst another for cases and incidents like that. You know what I mean? Young people is addicted to pills. That's why it was 300,000 young people that was taken out last year from a system. And now you got another system at work. It's called the graveyard money making system, where they take them caskets and they resell them. They don't have enough machinery to make all those caskets for every person that passes away in the United States. I mean, make it make sense. Neither do they have that much space for all the people that pass away. And then you go out there and you see that bodies is not in there. And then you have people that work in these places and that have show live footage of what's happening. So now I have to, as a mother, have them exhumed. I never in my life would even thought of such a thing. It's like they there, let them stay there. Who would want to see something so horrific? I don't. Redeem said hello, everyone. I don't. But I gotta know. Because if something like that happened, y'all, I don't know what to say. If they have done something like that, I don't know what to say, but I have to know. I really do. So with that being said, I have a couple of opportunities and sales that I'm not a baker, okay? Whatsoever. If I need to, I ain't too proud to bake, but I'm not a baker. I help you, you help me, okay? I'd rather do something like that. And I'm not looking to take from nobody to fulfill something of my own needs. But I do have a few discounts and a few opportunities that's going to help me get the resources to exhume both of them. And I want to do it expeditiously. It seemed like every year there's a death that takes place spiritually. It's like, okay, you have to shed that skin from last year. And then now it's a newness. Best way I can describe it. After going through this last year, there was a new fire birth. Okay. And literally I have to have these reignitions because it's too painful. It's painful to make a documentary about them. It's painful when I watch my 5 year old my 5 year old daughter go to the phone and just look at videos of her brothers just repeatedly. Win it, that's all they call. It's painful. I have other children that are bleeding and that are broken real bad. It's not like mama one brother. It's like both of our brothers that we grew up with, that's all we knew. Both of them are gone. It's a painful situation. And then to have to do something like this, it's even more painful, but I have to get to the bottom of it. And this ain't no conspiracy. This is real life, and this is sickening. And we as a people, I'll probably save this talk for another day. We as a people, we have to get educated and we have to stand up. It's a lot of stuff happening right now. And I'm not just talking about political, especially between nations. Nations rising up against nation. What nation? African nation against the Caucasian nation, Mexican nation against the Caucasian nation, Mexican nation against the African nation, the African nation against the Jewish nation. I mean, Jewish nation against, the Italian nation. And when I tell y'all that we are like this close to a civil war, I don't even think we got like no room. It's like that close to a civil war. And these people are creating it 1000%. It's a lot of things happening, a lot of things going on, a lot of things happening to people. I mean, you can cut the tension. And I know more than anything, something in Texas is going to definitely pop off. And they set the stage for it. All you keep on hearing is racism, racism, racism. I mean, they are pushing this, promoting this, pumping this real bad. And we need to stand up and we need to take back our financial power. That's one thing for sure. We need to take back our financial power. A lot of the vitriol that I have seen over the last week, 2 weeks, I mean, it's and these social media systems, these platforms, they ain't no better either. They will allow that mess to go up on their websites, on their platforms, and be promoted and pushed. I mean, to millions of views. It's terrible, and it is fueling this out of control. I mean, it's out of control. People are really on the verge of just snapping on both sides, black and white, especially black and white. And it's coming from politics, it's coming from media, it's coming from social media. A lot of it, a lot of it. And what my goal is, and what my wisdom would be in a situation like that, is to prepare yourselves accordingly. Just prepare yourselves accordingly. There is so much shocking information coming out, It is not just the blacks and the whites, it's the Mexicans and the whites as well. All the deportations, all of the, it's a lot. Okay. I ain't gonna waste too much of y'all time. I told y'all I ain't gonna hold y'all. It's so much, it'll take a different type of life. I want to really just stick to what my purpose is here on this live. It's simply to expose systems. I can't even dress it up or try to think of another word for it. It is what it is. It is what it is. And the more I say it, the more I see it. These systems were never ever created for our benefit. Okay? I need y'all to hear me real clearly. These systems were never created for our benefit. We are playing a game that was created for us never to win. Especially if you lack the knowledge of how to play the game. I want y'all to hear my heart, because dealing with something so traumatic really does cause you to go and research, do your due diligence, study. It really does cause you to do that. So I study a lot, I read a lot, I observe a lot, I research a lot, a lot. I want to know everything, because it was things that I didn't know that cost me a loss so great. So I want to know everything, right? Um, the number one thing that I have learned is people that know how to play the game win the game. And while they're creating this division to cause people to be out here fighting each other and rioting and doing all of these other things, you're going to miss what's happening right now. This is not the time to be distracted, to be rioting. Yeah, you got to stand up, okay? But throwing knuckles and raising pew-pews and all of that stuff ain't going to do nothing but wipe us out, okay? Even more so, the odds are stacked, and they're not stacked in our favor. Because one thing that we lack is financial power. We think these little blackouts and buyouts is really doing some damage to them. It may hurt their revenue a little bit, but they ain't doing no damage. They still gonna be up, they still gonna be running, and people still gonna be spending their money, and other people still gonna be shopping with them. We don't have no financial power, meaning we won't shop with you forever because we have our own. We're not even thinking about building our own because we don't have the framework to do so. We don't have the framework to do so. We don't know the money game, the tax game. We don't know those games. So therefore we can't play them. And therefore we can't win. We're playing, or we're existing in a rigged system that was never intended for us to win. So the opportunities that I share with y'all when I come by here and share them with y'all is solely for the purpose of, hold on one second, these lights are bothering my eyes. So I come by here, when I come by here, let me know if y'all can still see me, okay? Because I'm going to have to turn that light off. Or is it the computer light? It might be the computer light that's bothering my eyes. Nevertheless, I'm about to go in a minute anyway. I might have to turn off the computer. No, that's probably not going to help if I turn the camera off. One thing that I do know is this. When you become an entity, hear me clearly, y'all. It's a different type of ball game. You get treated better. It's better benefits. The stuff that we're doing right now, we're working ourselves to exhaustion for a little bit of nothing. You wouldn't have to do that if you took the time and the discipline. made the investment into yourself to learn how to stop doing this. So I say, which one is it going to be, A or B? Okay. If B ain't working, then you need to switch over to A. If all you've been doing is B all your life, then A is needs to be given a try because B ain't working. So A must be it. Y'all picking up what I'm putting down? Let me know in the chat. If this system that we've been a part of for a long time, you can remember your big mama, your grandmama, your mama, yourself. You know what I'm saying? Some of y'all got older children that's still a part of the same system that you saw your ancestors a part of, growing up in, died in. Let me work all my life for a little bit of nothing, and then at the end of my life, my family have to try to figure it out. We don't live by insurance policies. Y'all don't know that this is the greatest way to get wealth. It's through insurance policies. And all of this stuff is tax free. You have to learn the game, y'all. We can't keep doing this. We can't keep living like this. And the reason why I say this, because when I went back home, and let me see how I can put this so it don't sound crazy. Sometimes I gotta watch what I say because I'm a straight shooter. I'll just say some stuff and then people be hurt, and I'll be like, "Oh my God, I did not mean to hurt anybody or be offensive." You can't fault me for loving my people. I love y'all. Do y'all understand me? I love my people. I love y'all with I don't even understand type of love. I love my people, and I'm here. I know that God put me here to fight for my people. Not to say I won't fight for nobody else. Humanity is my people, but I'm talking about the culture. I'm talking about my community. I'm talking about those who have suffered injustices over and over and over and over again. And I'm just one of the ones to say enough is enough. Not on my watch. Whatever I gotta suffer, so be it. Christ suffered. The apostles suffered. The disciples suffered. Everybody suffered that followed after Christ and after the kingdom. So I'm in good company. But if this is my portion, so be it. But it comes from a place of love. I'm tired of seeing the same old for generations and generations and generations. Enough is enough. We need seen enough pain, enough abuse, enough torment, enough torture, enough poverty. We didn't see enough. So I know one thing that does work, and that's financial and education, financial empowerment and education coupled together. If we trying to get out here in these communities and these streets and talk to people and we really ain't got nothing to bring to the table but some words, it's not going to work. It ain't been working. We have to give these young people something to be hopeful for again. This ain't the only way that you got to go get it. This is the way you can go get it. This is legal. This is smart. Keeps you out of prison. Keep you out of the grave. That's what it's all about. But I wanted to say this real quick. When I went back home, I was absolutely flabbergasted. I grew up in a community, Fresno County, California. Of course, it had a very good amount of Caucasian people there. And it had a handful of Hispanics and a handful of Asians, Cambodians, Hmong, and then it had a lot of minorities, melanated folks, okay, brown skinned folks, and that's all you saw. So small that it's a lot of black on black crime, a lot. That's all. That's all the brown folks had to do was sit in the hood, slang that yayo, mess with each other. Okay, everybody know everybody, and then take out each other. And when I went back this time, I noticed that it was predominantly Indian and Hispanic. Schools, parks, restaurants, buildings. I was just blown back. I was telling my husband, like, we passed by one of the top schools and it was just full Hispanic. You didn't see not one melanated person. It's like the melanated people are put up and hidden. If you want to see them, you got to go to the ghetto. That's where they had. But like intermingling, I counted the cars going down one street of how many melanated folks was in these cars. It's like one out of every 6 or 7 vehicles. Door dashers are Indian and Hispanics. Construction workers. My brother is the only African American or African descent on his whole construction site. And I was just sitting back like, Lord, what the heck? And he just gently reminded me, your own is taking out their own. Y'all not heavily populated anymore because the majority of them is dead. And then you have an issue with that good old Planned Parenthood. That's another big problem. So they come here, they migrate here, they reproduce, they get together. They grow in numbers, and now y'all outnumbered. Because what y'all do is tear down and destroy, self-destruction, taking out. Look, think about all the people that you grew up with that is no longer here. No longer. And now they kids, they no longer here. There's no reproduction happening. And I'm just like, wow. They didn't move out because that's a place where you go and you get trapped. It's one of them type of cities. If you get out, don't ever go back. If you got out, it's by the grace of God that you got out. And don't ever go back. This city takes all the people down. And the ones that ain't deceased, they on crack. And they own speed, and they own crystal, and they own meth, and they own everything. Crazy, right? So I said all that to say, the change starts in us. And a lot of the things that we've been doing, leaders in our communities, I'm talking about Big U, I'm talking about Black Lives Matter, I'm talking about Reverend Al Sharpton, I'm talking about Benjamin Crump. Leaders in our community have robbed us, have their hirelings. Benjamin Crump can't win no injustice case. No, he can't win no case. He can only win civil suits. That's a big payout. Hey, I can get you a bag. And you can get no justice. Cops gonna get off, everybody gonna get off, but I can get you a bag. Reverend Al Sharpton, steady pandering and peddling in our community, telling us to get all riled up, stop shopping and all of this stuff, but didn't take none of that money that Kamala Harris paid you, that $500,000, that $500,000, and put it back into education, put it back into libraries, put it back into community centers, put it back into the Black community whatsoever. Black Lives Matter movement took that money and went and built all them rainbow and alphabet communities up. Did not even come back and put a Girl or Boy Scouts in the hood, okay? Didn't come put a playground in the hood. We have a lot of leaders that just take advantage. They want your vote and that's it. They want you to keep them in power. Jasmine Crockett, all of them. And I don't play politics, but I call it for what it is. If you're going to represent us well. Nobody is teaching financial literacy, how to reclaim your power. That's the problem. Education is the biggest problem of them all. Learn how to do it. And then when you learn how to do it, you can take back your financial power. You won't have to work for minimum wage anymore. Just think how better your life would be, where you wouldn't have to go trade your time for minimum wage, where you wouldn't have to be outside of the house, where you can actually stay in the home and raise your children, okay? Where you can actually make money from home, make money while you sleep in the bed, watching, a movie with your family, cooking, sitting at the dinner table. How good would that feel to not get up and worry about a debt collector or a bill collector calling, worrying about how you're going to feed your family the next day, worrying about if you're going to have enough gas and if you're going to be safe during your commute to work. Just think about how much better your life would be. It would be 100% better. Wouldn't have blood pressure, wouldn't have diabetes, wouldn't have all these issues, fibroid tumor, wouldn't have all of these things that your body absolutely starts manifesting once it is diseased. Your body is at a dis-ease. You don't get to enjoy your life. What kind of life is that? You don't get to enjoy any aspect of your life because you're always trying to grind. There is a better way. And I'm not going to let up off of y'all. When it comes to getting your credit done, fixed, repaired, whatever, please work on that. Please work on that. Do whatever it takes to get your credit together. Whatever it takes to get your credit together. Because if you get your credit together, you will never, ever be poor. That's wisdom number one. Stop buying food out to eat. Wait till later. Get your credit done first. Don't go buy that outfit, okay? Don't go subscribe to YouTube football and all of this stuff, Netflix, all of this stuff. Get your credit together. Settle out with some debts. Have debts removed. Have your report swept. Do whatever you must. I promise you, this is a promise. If you make a small sacrifice, you'll have a very big reward. You can go buy you a home and eliminate your rent, okay? You can buy a home and pay it off with their money. You got good credit, you got anything in the world. I wish my grandma, my mama, somebody would have taught me that. I wish somebody would have taught me that. But now that I know, I can't help but tell it. I can't help but stand on the mountaintop and tell it. I'm going to show y'all some things that just things that are available to you when you learn how to play the game. Money game, credit game, tax game. Those are all games. And to be truthful, we don't have years to work and try to save it. It's a struggle to buy food. It's a struggle to buy food. With food stamps or without food stamps. You don't get much anymore. $200, that's 5 grocery bags. That's a meal probably for a week, depending on how many people you have in your family. We have to start preparing, and we need more revenue to do that. We need extra income to do that. We got to have our own bags, okay? We cannot look for anybody to save us, not the pastor, not the president, not your mama, not your daddy. You have to stand up and press the gas and drive, literally. And if y'all take that one piece of advice that I just gave y'all, I mean, if you needed a new car, you can put it on your credit. And I'm not talking about getting into debt. I'm talking about leveraging credit. If you needed a new car, you can put that on your credit. You wouldn't have to come up with a 10,000, 5,000, whatever $1,000 down payment, which is illegal anyway. Nevertheless, you can go put that on your card. You can go to auction and pay for a car paid in full, literally. You can take a credit card and get cash back from a credit card. Something that exists in the digital space, you can actually get cash back from that. Can't do that. You can't turn cash into credit. Just can't do that, but you can turn credit into cash. If you needed to go buy you a home, you can do that. If you needed to start a business, you can do that. If you needed to fly an emergency, you can do that. There's so many different things you can do. There's so many benefits available for you, my brothers and my sisters. If you take the time and make the sacrifice and discipline yourself to get your credit fixed. And right now, it ain't never been easier to get it fixed. It takes time when you going after these credit bureaus because it is a system that does not want to let you go. When you don't do nothing to your credit report, it seems that your credit score goes up. When you don't check it, when you don't check your score, when you ain't even thinking about it. But the moment, I'm telling y'all, I've watched them do this. When it came time to buy our house and we start settling debts, and they start seeing that a mortgage inquiry popped up, I'm talking about accounts from 10, 15 years ago, started to try to resurface. It's like, wait a minute, because you can't have your credit profile have to look a certain way to get approved for a house. How Verizon, how did Comcast? I ain't had Comcast in 8 years. Where'd y'all come from? And then, you can just settle out with us for $50. We settle out with them, then here comes something else. It is a beast. And the worst time to go after it is when you need it. The worst time to fix your credit or try to fix your credit is when you need it. The best time to fix it and to work on it and to get that bad boy properly structured is when you don't need it. Okay? China is planning on a move that will literally kill the dollar on demand. It will cripple the U.S. economy. These are the type of things that we should be prepared for. We should be aggressive. We should be tenacious. Y'all crash that dollar, I got a plan B. Straight up. And a plan C. I can leverage my credit. I can leverage my credit and buy gold. I can leverage my credit and buy silver. I can leverage my credit and get a generator. Y'all want to have a blackout, turn the lights off. Y'all want to enact martial law or do anything that the type of games y'all been playing. Y'all want to do any of the above. I'm prepared to the best of my ability, and God got the rest. Okay? And God got the rest. So with that being said, I'm going to start there with credit. Okay? I'm going to start there with credit. I have the 24-hour hard inquiry and the credit suite. Credit suite will absolutely get rid of inquiries. Credit suite will actually, the credit suite gets rid of negative, derogatory, anything, remarks, reports, accounts, collections. It removes it. Okay? However, there's a hack to have hard inquiries removed in 24 hours. There's a hack. There is a script that you must know. There's a department that you must call and say this script exactly how you get it to have them removed. Okay? So I am bundling the 24-hour hard inquiry removal, the student loan debt elimination with all of the hell and mayhem going on with the Department of Education. Right now is the greatest time to have your student loans removed. They sold the debt to the I forgot, I think Secretary of State or something like that. They sold the debt to them. We did not do business with them. Okay. Our information, our data has been breached. There are so many breaches and so many different hacks that you can actually use right now. There's an app hack that you have to do it on the app. Okay. There is a phone hack where you got to run the script according to this. Whoop, 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 pick up the phone. That junk will be removed in 24 hours. I'm going to give you the student loan debt elimination uh, dispute letter. I'm also going to give you the 24-hour hard inquiry play. These are all digital products that you can sell. These are all digital products where you ain't even got to be no big social media influencer. You know people in your Rolodex. You know people in your phone book. There's people in your family that got hard inquiries and need them removed. Boosting your score anywhere from 50 to 70 points. Reason why you need these hard inquiries removed, because you can only have two when it comes to funding. And I'm talking about a big bag. I'm finna show y'all some big bags in funding. You get your credit together. You would never have to go back to work if you learned this game. You would never. You on your first round of funding, you'd be like, "Oh yeah, I'm out of here. I'm out of here," because you can take that and do things that you've always dreamed of doing. You can take that money and invest it into stuff that's gonna make you money back, so you never have to go back and work for money. Now your money is working for you. Now you're able to breathe again, okay? Now you're able to get your groove back. Now you're able to spend time with your family because you don't ever know when they last day gonna come. I did walk blindly thinking that I would outlive my children. There is no parent that don't think that they would outlive their children until your child died. I have a young lady that I am in connection with. Her baby was 5 and died of fentanyl overdose. Imagine that. It's a lot going on and it's a lot happening. But I have that entire sweep. I sell the sweep. The sweep is a 7-day method. Okay. I just throw you 2 or 3 of them. Try this one, that one. You can sell. This is your digital product. So this is your plan B. Okay. Y'all come for my job. I got a plan B. I'm going to leverage my credit. That's my plan C. Okay. I'm going to fix my credit. I'm going to leverage my credit. That's my plan C. So if you come at me one way, I got 2 legs to stand on. That's how that works. Okay. I will give that to a few of you guys for $97. The whole entire bundle. Student loan. We all got student loans. I'm going to say the majority because I've met a couple people say, no, I've never got a student loan. I'm like, what? But the majority of us got student loans. Get that mess off. Okay? These are the type of things that actually hurt your score. You still owe the debt. Don't get me wrong. You still gonna owe the Department of Education for your student loan. You still may owe the debt for the eviction, but it should not be reported to your consumer report. It should not. It's against the law to be reported. Okay? So I have that for $97. If anybody wants that, put a 1 in the chat. Okay? I don't even want to waste y'all time. If y'all don't want it, then keep on moving. Okay. Um, I have this, and I'm gonna keep on moving while I'm waiting on y'all because my time is coming to an end. I have a medical courier. Let me just take 2 to 3 minutes on this, okay? It's not just medical courier, it's a courier's list. If you want to use your vehicle to make money, which you should be, you should not have a vehicle car payment and something that don't pay that vehicle car payment. This is not something that's like a job where you have to leave your job to go sign up for their job. This ain't nothing like that. This is where you work at your own pace on your own time when you want to. You're making up your own schedule to make a very lucrative side hustle salary. Real talk. Delivering high end medical equipment, delivering food to, prominent people, business professionals, different things of that sort. Okay. Picking up their clothes from the cleaners for, millionaires, different things of this sort. But there are top apps that pay real, real good, and I have the list of them. When I say they pay real good, they pay really, really good. And I also give you the blueprint of how to make $2,500 every single week using this list. Step by step, how to get in with them, what to tell them, everything you need to learn so you can go and earn you some extra income. Do it on the weekend, do it on an hour a day. There's people making $700 for an hour worth of work. Okay? Talks about Amazon Relay, how you can do that inside of your vehicle. Literally picking up signature packages that have to be signed for signature confirmation, different things of that sort. Okay. So many different opportunities for you to go and get you some extra revenue because that is our number one priority, getting some extra revenue so we can get positioned better for what is not only coming, but for what is happening. So if y'all want that, put a 2 in the chat. I will give y'all that list, the courier's list, and the $2,500 playbook to go with the courier's list. Okay, to turn your vehicle into a stream of income. $97 for those two as well as a bundle. Next, I have, if you are in need of funding, if you need some funding, okay, if you need $30,000 to $50,000 in funding, I will get you fund ready to go to some lenders in your city, your state, and in all 50 states. Okay, this is money that has been given to these private organizations to give to us. The problem is we don't know about it. They will give you money to start businesses. They will give you money to start a real estate portfolio. Say you wanted to go get a fourplex. Now they give more money for real estate, but they do give a big bag to go start your business. You can take the money and go buy a business that's already generating money every single day. You don't have to do anything but make the exchange. Let me take that off your hand. I have the straight direct connect to how to buy businesses that are already very lucrative and generating passive income for the low. People build these businesses up and they exit them. It's called exiting the business, selling the business. Already built, already in revenue. They do this with YouTubes. They do this with social media accounts. I can create a TikTok, grow it to 100,000, and turn around and sell it for $5,000-$10,000 with that type of people. It's already in monetization. I've already enrolled it in the content creator program. I could sell that for $5,000 to $10,000. 5 on the low end, 10 on the high end. Okay. Not only that, in-person businesses, car washes, laundromats, storages, all kind of stuff. Okay. If you are in need of funding, let me go ahead and get you dressed. I have 2 spots to do your business plan the right way so you get funded. Okay? Do your business plan so you get funded. Write that bad boy up, not AI. Okay? Write it up for the type of business you want to start. If that's a hair business, if that's real estate, if that's a fitness business, doesn't matter. A barbecue joint, okay? I'm going to also give you the framework of how to use their money to pay them back while you make passive income, okay? You will get approved for funding anywhere between 30 to 50,000 just on a regular smuggler business. If you're talking about trying to go buy real estate, buy you something back in Arkansas, Alabama, um, Montgomery, places like that, you can go buy a fourplex for 30,000. Now you got 4 units that's paying you rent. Okay, rent's already being collected. The owner is exiting the property. So now you come in and now rent's being paid to you. It's a fourplex. You got passive income coming in every single month. If you wanted to take that money and start an event space, you got baby showers, birthdays, weddings. Uh, uh, so many different things. Easter events, church services, events. You got conferences. You got meetings. Everybody is looking for some type of rental space, event rental space. I'm gonna start teaching on that in a minute. You can use that money to go start you an Airbnb short term passive income rental business. So many different businesses, okay? And you will be funded in 30 days or less. Once I get you all the way together, you take it in, submit your paperwork, you will be funded in 30 days or less. Some people that I deal with get people funded in 10 days. But they say, give us 30 days. So I say 30 days or less for you to go be picking up that check and depositing it into your bank. And then have the whole blueprint framework, okay? I have 2 spots left for that, for me to get you funded, okay? Using the CDIF lenders for me to get you funded through these lenders and get your paperwork and everything together, okay? I have 2 spots at $997, and you will get funded, like I said, okay? So I have that available. I have 2 spots only left for me to get you funded. You invest $997 in yourself to yield you 30 to 50,000. Okay, and then well, a little bit less than that because I'm gonna show you how to use their money to pay them back for the first 2 years, and then I'm going to give you a business plan so you know how much of this will go to that, what you need, all of that stuff, how to utilize the money the right way and not get into debt. Okay. And then another thing is it's a business funding, okay? So we're gonna make sure you're ready. You don't need a lot of paperwork. You don't need no LOC, ERN, or any of that, okay? Nevertheless, it's for business. It's for startup, it's for capital, it's for expansion, it's for growth, it's for those different things, okay? $997 at 2 spots for you to get funded. And that's a lower ticket, lower tier funding. I have funding abilities and connections where you can get a big bag if you have a 720 credit score. We can get you funded up to 150,000 minimum, all the way up to 500,000 maximum. Okay, with our double stacking credit stacking method. Okay, we can get you funded, and I'm about to show you a credit stack in just a moment. Okay, But we do have that opportunity. We also have two more spots in this opportunity. If you would like to become an investment partner with us in our funding business, we will get you funded. This is a funding venture that we are looking to bring to the community to be able to help fund those in our community, fund initiatives, bring back learning centers, build residential property where financial literacy and education is required for you to live at that property. Okay, empowering our community, teaching them real estate, teaching them trust fund, teaching them credit, teaching them how to utilize money, how to make it work for them, giving them financial and educational literacy. Okay, that's what this is mostly for. If I can put a couple people on, not a whole squad at one time, but a few of us, and we go in and all hit them for 50,000, say 12 of us, even though I didn't open up 12 spots. 12 of us all go hit them for 50,000. You do the math on that, what we can actually go do. We can go and buy a city. Everybody got the lottage, everybody got land, everybody got, their own commercial space or whatever. They got passive income coming in. They can go get loans and different things for, you know, uh, equipment and different things, grants, free money, so many different ways to play with this, right? But I have an investment opportunity for two more people that would like to invest in this funding venture. That's what we call it. It's our funding business where we will be able to fund those in our community, small business owners, aspiring entrepreneurs, different things of that sort. So what we're doing is allowing two partners to come in. We're going to get you funded. So just like I just announced, um, we're going to get you funded on the lower tier, 30 to 50,000, 60,000, 70,000. We're going to get you funded on that level. But if you're not at a 720 credit score, why are you utilizing that and you're building for that? We're going to get your credit where it needs to be. Okay. And we are going to go for the big bag. Now, the big bag, we will get you the funding and you will pay us 10% for getting you the funding. We know where to go get the funding. We know the exact requirements for the funding. We know all of that, okay? We know exactly for sure that you will get funded. How do we know that you will get funded? We're gonna make sure your profile is addressed for us to take it into our relationship banking manager and say, hey, could you request 70,000 on this? And could you request 30,000, 50,000 on a line of credit? And could you request 25,000 on a personal loan? And could you request the 25,000 on a credit card? This is what we call double stacking. So we can get you the funding. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. We have relationships, okay, with bankers that don't work in the branch. They work from home or they work corporately. And they don't put in applications just seeing what you get approved for. We request what we want. Okay, it's a different type of situation. So the investment on that is $2,000, but like I said, it comes with a lot of benefits for $2,000. We're going to go ahead and get you funded. That's for one. We're going to get you funded on the lower tier, 30 to 50,000, and then while we are massaging and dressing up your credit, okay, we're going to go ahead and get you ready for the big bag, credit stacking. With that being said, that's my last opportunity. I just want to show y'all some receipts because men lie, but receipts don't. Show y'all what y'all missing out on by not pulling the trigger, by not taking action, by being afraid to invest in yourself. Any of the above, okay? Gladly, I will put it on a credit card. I would borrow it. I don't care what I got to do. if you come to me and say, hey, for $9.97, I'm gonna flip this $9.97 and give you 30,000 back all day. All day. Okay? All day. See if this is it. No, that's the wrong one. Oh, yeah. Let me pull up this one real quick. Let me just show y'all a couple of receipts. Okay? I'm going to exclude his name so y'all don't see his name. And then I'm going to show y'all over here. This is what credit stacking looks like. Okay? When you do that sweep and you get your profile right, there is no limits of how much money you can have. This is from one, it's not one institution, but they all pull from the same credit bureau. So this is the approval from one credit bureau, okay? Chase gave them 10,000. Navy gave them 7,000 and 17,000. Venture gave them 20,000. Lightstream, that's that auto loan, gave him 30,000, and Bank of America gave him 11,000. That's 78,000 in personal. He only needed the 30K, but the other is extra for his profile. He hasn't applied for any credit cards in 6 years and only had 2. Okay? I told him to use the cards and pay it in full every month to increase the limits further, and in 6 to 12 months to start getting business funding. This is how you double dip. Okay? While I'm attacking on the personal side, I'm building on the business side because I'm going to come back. And I'm going to do the same thing on the business side that I did on the personal side. But now when I go back on the business side, I have been building a relationship by using these cards, paying them off. Okay? So now the bank is going to actually qualify me for an upgrade, for a bigger amount. This is how you play this game, okay? So that's proof of, this is how you do credit stacking. Let me go back over here. Maybe you can see it here. So you can see these receipts here, okay? Okay, and say 10,000 over there. It said 10,000 over there. It said 7,100 over here. Okay, that's 20,000 down there. It's 30,000 right here. Okay, and then the 11,000 is over here. This is what's possible when you do exactly what I'm telling you. Get yourself positioned. Okay, get yourself positioned to have more, to go further, faster. Okay, I've shared with you guys several times this, and I'm not going to let up off of this because you really, really, really have to. You really have to take advantage of the opportunities. And like I said, people are getting their numbers up. Okay? They getting their numbers up by utilizing the sweep, and then they going after that big bag that you just seen. Okay? I have lots more of those receipts. If you get your credit together, I kid you not, if you just took the time to get your credit together, or if your credit is together, pull the trigger. Okay? Look at this. When I say you can get approved, you can get approved, not for no little bag. This is on a big bag. $220,000 just for being positioned the right way. Okay, I have 2 spots only to get you funded for this type. We're gonna go after the lower tier funding first, but we're gonna get your credit together so you can go after the big bag. I've offered you tonight $97 for you to do it for yourself. Do it yourself. Okay? With that credit bundle that I offer for $97, I will throw in the $200,000 funding play for you to utilize. Hey, pick up the phone, call them, tell them this, tell them you want this card. It's a $25,000 up to $25,000, and then on this card it's up to $15,000. That's all you missing is the information. Okay, so I will throw in the $200,000 funding play with the credit suite. Now I'm telling y'all better catch this with 2 daggone hands. I don't sell the credit suite for nothing lesser than $197. Like, I'm overloading y'all because I want y'all to get a hold of this, and I want you to do it fast while we have been given the time to do so. While we still got a little bit of time remaining, this is what we should be doing. Okay? Anybody ready to hit the gas and go on any of those opportunities? You want me to get you funded? 30 to 50,000, that's $997. You want to actually get funded for the 30 to 50,000 and the bigger bag, 150,000 minimum to $500,000 maximum, then it's a $2,000 investment. We're also going to show you how to become your own funding business. Okay, where you are in a position to lend money to your community. Have it insured, okay? Have your money growing for you. Have your money protected. Have your money tax-free. Because it's not something that you earned. It's something that you was loaned. Therefore, there's no taxes. All right, y'all. With that being said, if it ain't you, it's somebody, okay? If it ain't you. Anybody want to take me up on any of those opportunities? I made them irresistible and threw in a lot of stuff that I normally don't do, okay? Y'all already know your girl's not going to bed whatsoever. These are opportunities, not sales. These are opportunities, not sales. I forgot to mention, thank you, Holy Spirit. I forgot to mention this one thing. If you want to buy some land for dirt cheap, I really feel led to share this one. And I'm glad the Holy Spirit didn't let me forget. If you want to buy some land for dirt cheap, I'm talking about 20 acres. I'm talking about 40 acres. I'm talking about 60 acres for dirt cheap. I have a mentorship where I'm going to teach you exactly how to do it. How to get rich off of dirt. And how to use somebody else's money to buy it. How to leverage it. Okay? How to divide it up. When I tell you land is going to be your greatest asset. So many different things you can do with it. You can build on it. We all should own land anyway. We all should own land because then we'd be able to control what we eat. Okay? Then we'll be able to control what's grown and what's raised on our land. You don't got to fight with city folks about this or that, paying water bill and all of this stuff. You ain't got to worry about all of that. Okay? I have that land banking mentorship, but it's not just a mentorship. This is an opportunity, and I've only let 5 people get in. This is an opportunity for you to come and buy some real dirt cheap land. Okay. You also get access to come and tour the land, come and look at your land. You also get access to builders who will build on your land, architects who will draw up whatever you want built on your land, lenders. Okay. Also over here, I am showing you how to buy a home. As long as you got a 620, they will not ask you for a lick of paperwork. I have the connection on that. They will not ask you for a lick of tax documents. They will not ask you for a lick of paperwork. 2 years worth of income statement that you've been getting income, not no tax. 2 years of employment, 2 years that I do receive, you know, this amount of income, verifiable income. Okay. You get all of these inside of that mentorship for $9.97. I forgot to mention that. Just wanted to put it here on um, the broadcast and put that out there for either you or whoever it is for. If you still see this live, it's available. When you do not see it and it's deleted, then it is absolutely gone. Okay. Before I leave, I want to ask a special request. Before I leave. Because, like I said, it may not be for you, it may not be for you at this moment. But I want to ask everybody that I come by here and serve all the time, would you do something for me on tonight, if you don't mind? Could I get y'all to donate to the exhuming of my boys to uncover what is going on with these cemeteries and this system? Like I said, I'm not a beggar. I will give you a discount. I will give you the hookup. I will give you a deal because I'm going to get done what I set my heart out to do. Okay. But until the goal is reached, I'm going to ask on every broadcast, would you like to donate? Would any of you guys like to donate? I don't care if it's $1, if it's $5. Your act of kindness means more to me than the amount. And every $1 helps me get closer and closer to our goal. Okay? We have to have these caskets, quote unquote, dug up. This is like the only thing that I will ever ask my community to support me in when it comes to my children, because I'm all they got to fight for them. I'm all they got to fight for them, and I will never stop fighting. So I will ask you guys here on tonight, would you guys like to help me find the truth by just giving a love offering? Yes or no? And then we'll go. Okay? Yes or no, and then we'll go. And I know there is a delay. Okay? No times is a little challenging, but God is good. And when you lend to the poor, I'm not calling myself poor. I'm talking about those who we work on behalf of. When you lend to the poor, you lend to the Lord. When you support movements for justice or injustices, then God is the one who repays you. And who knows in which way he will repay you. I don't know. Okay. I'm not one of them people. I know what his word say. And his word says he will repay you. Okay. With that being said, whoever, even if you're seeing this later on and this is still available, information is on the screen. Okay. The information is on the screen over here on um, Instagram. You can DM me. Okay. If you're interested in any of the opportunities that I stated here on this live, as long as you see this video, it's available. When you don't see it, it's not. Okay? I wanted to bring it here to you guys first. I'm going to be offering this sale until the spots are available. Okay? I'm even going to be offering it on my Zoom uh, with my new cousins that I'm about to meet. Okay? So I'll bring it here first to my family. It's y'all family. You've been rocking with me. And then I'll spread it abroad. With that being said, y'all have a wonderful evening, a wonderful day, a wonderful afternoon, wherever you are viewing, whatever time you are viewing is. Make it wonderful. And I look forward to seeing you guys soon. Mwah.